Welcome to video lesson 92. Okay, so for this lesson, the classwork is to work some time on the Bible verse we're learning for this unit. That is Romans 5, 8, and 9, okay? And that's at the beginning of unit 7 in your workbook. So work on that for a couple minutes and then come back here. We are going to emphasize vocabulary words. Let me see. I think these are 11 through 20 from list 7B. Okay. So repeat after me. El traje de baño. El traje de baño. La arena. La arena. La hielera. La hielera. Let's do that one more time. La hielera. La montaña. La montaña. La nieve. La nieve. La playa. La playa. La sombrilla. La sombrilla. La toalla. La toalla. Las olas. Las olas. Esquiar. Esquiar. Okay, so those are 11 words 11 through 20, okay, from list 7B. Now today we're gonna be learning about more survival skills, and we're gonna be learning a little bit about Guatemala, okay? So let me play this video for you guys. Hopefully you can hear it just fine. Okay.
Guatemala. Guatemala, or Land of Trees in the Quiche dialect, is located in the northern part of Central America and lies next to Mexico's southern border, forming a bridge between Mexico and the other Central American countries. Although Guate, as locals refer to it, has a variety of cultural influences, the Mayan influence is very prevalent throughout the country. This is evident in the colorful outfits that identify individuals with the area of the country they represent. Depending on the weaving and the pattern of the handmade fabric, you can actually tell which region the person wearing it is from. Additionally, the Spanish colonial influence is strongly reflected throughout the country in its architecture and cultural activities. For instance, in the beautiful city of Antigua, you can find magnificent examples of colonial architecture like Antigua Cathedral and La Merced Church. The beautiful architecture of Antigua portrays Spanish and Moorish influence. The city's cobblestone streets are reminiscent of a time when the main transportation was horse-drawn carriages. If you want to travel even further back in time, you can. How about the 4th century BC? The ancient Mayan city of Tikal is probably one of the main attractions in the country because of its well-preserved ruins. The ruins are evident of a powerful developed society well before the European conquest and provide spectacular views for those who climb to the top. If you'd rather explore natural landmarks, Guatemala is full of them. One nearly impossible to ignore is Lake Atitlan. Lake Atitlan is the deepest lake in Central America, and it consistently ranks as one of the most beautiful lakes in the world. This scene greets visitors with a lasting impression of a lake surrounded by 3 volcanoes, which creates an ethereal atmosphere. Speaking of volcanoes, Guatemala is home to 37 of them, the highest amount in all the region. But relax, only 3 of these are active. Guatemala is also the leading producer of jade. So do not forget to check out some of the dozens of spots where you can buy jewelry and souvenirs made with this green, semi-precious stone. After visiting ruins, lakes, cathedrals, or even the bustling city, take a break and try the local cuisine. Guatemala has a unique diet as it borrows from both its Mayan and Spanish heritage. Perhaps the most notable dish is pepián. This is a beef or chicken stew with a curry-style sauce. Overall, the normal diet of Guatemala is based on black beans, rice, and corn tortillas. No matter which part of the country you travel to, you will have the opportunity to enjoy these staple foods. Craving something sweet? Guatemala welcomes you with its traditional hot cocoa. Guatemala is considered the birthplace of chocolate. Traditionally, Guatemalans have consumed their cacao as a beverage, but today you can find it in all shapes and forms. In fact, the first chocolate bar was invented in Guatemala. If you'd prefer a stronger hot beverage, Guatemala offers its world-renowned coffee. Cultivated in altitudes of over 5,000 feet high, Guatemalan coffee will surely lure your senses with its strong aroma. And after enjoying a big meal, what better than relaxing to some traditional music? Marimba music is greatly enjoyed by the locals. The marimba is a larger version of the xylophone with longer resonators which produce a mellower tune. The marimba is the national instrument, and it inspires a strong patriotic sentiment rivaled only by the respect for the flag. Without a doubt, Guatemala combines the beauty of the Mayan past with the hope and progress of the future. Truly a land of cultural diversity, stunning architecture, and magnificent greenery. Guatemala is waiting for you.
Yeah,
Guatemala.
again, I was in Guatemala at the end of January this year, and I was able to visit some of the places you saw in that video. It's really pretty. Okay, so as I said, we're gonna be learning about more survival skills, okay? And this time we'll be learning about the metric system, okay? Versus the US customary system. So if you go to, actually here in the lesson it says, so this is go to section, oh, 1 second, go to section 7.5, and that's what we're gonna be looking at. If you ever find yourself driving in a Hispanic country, right, you're most likely to hear things about, like kilo, centímetros, metros, kilómetros, right? Because those are the units in the metric system. Let's say it says over here, like if you see a sign when you're driving that says 100, don't get too excited or too alarmed, because that is 100 kilometers per hour, which is about 62 miles per hour, okay, in a Hispanic country. So this is very important for you to learn this unit. So let's look at some of these units then. Libras will be pounds, but again, we rarely use that. We will say instead, we will use kilograms, kilogramos, okay? Instead of inches or pulgadas, we will use centímetros. So say centímetros, and repeat here kilogramos, kilogramos. Then we have pies. Instead of pies, I'm sorry, we do metros o centímetros. Okay, metros, centímetros. And instead of yardas, we will do metros, okay, metros. Instead of millas, which is miles, we will do kilómetros. Repeat after me, kilómetros. And for grados Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit degrees, we will do grados centígrados, okay? Grados centígrados. So what is, let me see. Okay, so 1 pound is about 0.45 kilograms, okay? So that you have an idea of how much it is. 1 inch is about 2.5 centimeters. And then 1 meter is about 3.3 feet. And you have this information again on page 264, okay? And then 1 yard is about 0.91 meters. And 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers, okay? Kilómetros. And then 0 grados centígrados will be 32 Fahrenheit, okay? 24 grados centígrados will be 75 grados Fahrenheit. 37 grados centígrados will be 98.6 Fahrenheit. 100 o 100 grados centígrados will be 212 grados Fahrenheit. 177 grados centígrados will be 350 grados Fahrenheit. Okay, so again, you have all that information here. So make sure you look at it. And then read that. I'm gonna read really quick that little part at the end of section 7.5. It says, in other words, if you ask for un kilo de tomates, which is a kilogram of tomatoes, you will get 2.2 pounds of tomatoes. If you are required to get una foto de 2.5 centímetros para el pasaporte, you'll need to get an inch photo for a passport. If you ask for un metro de cable, you will get 1.09 yards of cable. If you run un kilómetro, you will have run a little more than half a mile or 0.62 miles. If you are going to bake un pastel, do not set the oven to 350 degrees, but to 180 Celsius, okay? Grados centígrados. Okay, so for classwork, for this lesson, go to page 264 and work on exercises A y B. Okay, you have them there. So for A, you're going to translate those sentences to English, and that's just for extra practice on these survival skills. And then on the other one, let me see. Oh, so you have two things. One is translated and then says, right, see if the sentence would make sense in a Hispanic country. Right now, if it would not make sense, okay? And then on the other one, you're going to write 5 sentences that you would use in a Hispanic country with the metric system terms, okay? Each sentence must be at least 5 words. So I'm looking forward to read those sentences, okay? The sentences you come up with. Okay, so that will be classwork for this lesson, and I will add this homework on the homework list document. Gracias and adiós.